So, I'm sure all my film nerds out there have heard that Christopher Nolan likes to point out that you should always own a physical copy of a movie because you can't trust streaming services not to delete your favorite movie, or in this particular case, edit key sequences out. If you're not aware, Amazon Prime, which is owned by Jeff Bezos, who's a billionaire many times over, and I will say this, in his kind of defense, he's the one billionaire that I'm aware of who hasn't been caught somehow being in connection with the Epstein files and going to that island, as far as I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong. That being said, his streaming services, Amazon Prime, has now been caught twice censoring movies they claim by accident that are critical of the super rich. Very recently, everybody's favorite Christmas movie, It's a Wonderful Life, they edited out the entire Pottersville sequence, which shows the villain, the banker, being in total control of the city in an alternate reality where Jimmy Stewart never existed, and being a total greedy shithead. They edited the entire sequence out. They said for time, but that doesn't make a lot of sense because on a streaming service, they don't care about time, unlike with regular TV where they do have to edit things down to fit into a certain time frame. It's a streaming service, they didn't need to do that. But on one version of it, the free version, they edited out the key part of the movie that shows what a bad guy the banker is. Maybe that's an accident, but also a little while ago, they also claimed as an accident, they edited out the opening sequence of Ridley Scott's Robin Hood, where it does the opening crawl, where it explains what Robin Hood does, which again, if you're not familiar, he robs from the rich to give to the poor as a form of rebellion. Again, they claim it was some file error, which in the defense, maybe for different languages, they would have had to take that out, but they just took out the crawl where it says, hey, if you don't like rich people, steal from them, give to the poor because they're oppressive. They claim it was an accident, but it's now 2 movies in a row where that's happened. Little weird, but kind of makes you wonder about the future, because even now, a bunch of the heroes of our movies, notably Bruce Wayne and Tony Stark, are heroic billionaires. But are they going to go back and just make everything in alignment with Anne Rice novels where billionaires are always the heroes? Are they going to go back and even movies about Jesus and censor out anything he says about the rich in a negative manner? Maybe even make it where billionaires are the one who dies for our sins and we got to love them unconditionally. All I know is that, like Christopher Nolan says, I should be owning all of my favorite movies in the physical form. And I wanted to use an example, but since I'm at my mom's house, the only physical DVD I could find was a copy of a movie called Absolutely Fabulous, the Movie. No idea what this movie is, but it's the only DVD I could find in this house. And from now on, I'm only going to be watching this movie here because it's the physical copy from now into the future, because that way Jeff Bezos can't edit it in some sequence where you have to be absolutely fabulous. You have to be a billionaire, which maybe this is the plot of the movie. I don't think so, but I'm going to find out before Jeff Bezos edits this movie too. Anyways, be careful of what you're watching. It may be getting edited now. The power of AI and CGI. All these billionaires are going to be George Lucas when he was always screwing around with Star Wars. They're going to be screwing around with your favorite movies, making it so billionaires are the heroes no matter what, and nobody is ever saying anything negative about them. Or, their usual thing of just using bots online and paying off podcasters and different people on cable news to give narratives that they like. Enjoy the movies while they still exist.